Hello everybody and welcome to Maizy Lou Farms, the challenge called Zero to Hero, made by Rusty Money Gaming. Thank you for that, Rusty. I don't got the time, but I got to give this challenge a go. So here we are. We got all the challenge information down in the description. But basically we're gonna start from scratch and we're gonna start with a loan on 100,000 and we're gonna start with 100,000 and then we're gonna go into finances and we're gonna pay off all the money and then we gonna start with $0. And and then we also got some new clothes. As you can see, this is me. Hello. We gonna have 3 farms on this map and we have to own the 3 farms. We need to have animals on all the farms. We're gonna use the required mod for this challenge here, the bigger animal pens. So that is awesome. We are allowed to do some contracts and that is what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna collect any collectibles because I'm not a fan of collectibles. So yeah, that is where we are. I don't know this map. I have not been around the map at all. I have just started this right now. So this is everything I have seen for now. We're gonna look into some contracts first of all, because that is what we're gonna need. I'm not allowed to have any boosted contract mods for PC, and I do not have that enabled at all. But look at this. We got some contracts here. Okay, that is pretty darn awesome. I'm gonna take all these, I think. So first of all, the lease machines need blah blah blah. Yes, and baling, borrow items, and we're gonna hoe as well. We're gonna borrow that also. Now we got 3 contracts. So yeah, that's a start. That is a start. And where is that? Oh, right there. Look at all this. I'm not used to playing third person and I'm not gonna do that all the time, but look how big those machinery are. That is really, really amazing. Nice. We have to start somewhere, and I think we're gonna start with take a look on the map, and I also think my joystick just went crazy right there. Okay, so this is the PDA. We got some quite big fields. We got 2 contract fields there and 1 there. Okay. I want to start with the harvest because you know me, we have to go into a cinematic. That is field number 7 up here. Okay. And where do we need to deliver that? Grain selling station, grain sell point. Okay. And grain sell point is right there. Okay. So just out on the main road and down there. Okay. But that seems okay. I'm gonna prepare all this and I will see you in a little second. the harvest is done. We have a little bit here in the trailer and a little bit in the harvester. There we go. We're gonna unload this, and then we're gonna jump open the case, and we're gonna I'm gonna complete that contract with the baling, so we can start to have some money. I would like to see 100,000 in the bank account before we are done for today, because I have looked a little bit on those farms here on the map, and they are between roughly 700,000 and 1 million to buy, so it is expensive, but the fields on this map is also quite big. Like that, we're gonna unfold this. When we are done with this baling here, we can deliver the last grain, and then we can complete those 2 contracts. So yeah, it is basically just, you know, doing this until we are done. This is also a pretty big field, but it is nice and convenient just to bale, and it is a square baler, so we don't have to stop. It is just a matter of driving. I hope you enjoyed the cinematic. I was a little bit surprised over the size of the field. As I told you in the beginning, I have no clue how this map is. I have just downloaded it and started this challenge here by Rusty Money Gaming, 0 to Hero. I am absolutely in 0. Let us see if I ever gonna be a hero. That will be quite a lot of fun to see that. This is a big job. 18 kilometers per hour and just up and down and up and down. But until now, I do like it a lot. I really like this challenge, also because of the map. I think the map is quite cool as well. It would be fun and nice to, even though it is a challenge, then just farm. Just do a lot of good old-fashioned farming. Not old-fashioned, but new-fashioned farming. Yeah. And look at the size of the fields. They are actually quite big. I do like the layout on the field. There is some nice detail on the map as well. So that is pretty nice. I have not looked at any of the farms yet, but I know what farm I want to buy, I think. Even though I have not seen the farm yet, it is just because that is the cheapest option. As far as I can see, the 3 farms that are here on the map, it is this plot 36, it is this up here for 932,000. And then we got this farm down here, it should be 37. Yes, that is the cheapest one, 778,000. So, and that is close to the shop. So I think we're gonna buy that. And then we got 39. I think it says 39 right here for 930. So I'm gonna aim for this 700 and then 1,000 farm. Yeah, I think we're gonna aim for that because that's the cheapest one, and then we can go into some animals. So yeah, for now it is just contract work until we got those money, that's for sure. I will do some contracts off cam, but I'm gonna show you when we're gonna collect the contracts, of course, because I don't want to do, you know, 5 or 10 episodes with contracts only. I want to buy a farm so we can start to have some animals. That's for sure. I'm just gonna do a little bit more work. Look at the details up there. Look at the what you call it, a mountain, I think. That must be one of the farms up there. Yeah, I think. Oh, I'm looking forward to get a farm. That's for sure. I'm gonna do a little bit of work here, and then I will see you in a little second for you guys. Well, that took a hot minute. And then some. But I think we are pretty close. We are on 89% done now. And we have done, I think, 28 bales. 30 bales. Okay. So, yeah, nothing complicated in this. It is just a matter of driving up and down, as I told you before. So, but I'm looking forward to fertilize a field or do some other stuff. I must admit that I think, as far as I remember, we need to have every single bit of straw on the field before we can complete this contract, because now we are up to 92-93% in a moment. And I know there is a little bit in the other end of the field, so let's turn this off and drive down to the other end. Yeah, there is actually quite a lot of stuff down there, and also right here there is a little bit. I cannot remember if we need to have every little bit on the field, but that is a thing we're gonna look at in a little second, I guess. I hope we're gonna get just a little bit of wheat to sell out of that harvesting contract over there. That combine is really a good combine. Oh, there is also some straw up in the other end. Okay. There is a lot actually. There we go. There's a lot of traffic on this map here. I like that as well, as long they just behave. Until now they have done that. But we all know that will not continue, right? You know, AI traffic, that's the way it is. So let's see. 95, and we got a little bit there as well. Yeah, and yeah, the combine is empty, so we're just gonna, when we're done here, we're just gonna take the truck and drive to the sell point and unload the last up there, and then the first money should start to tick in on the bank account. And when that is done, we can complete those two contracts here, because we need to buy some fertilizer for the fertilizing contract. And I think if I am a little bit clever, sometimes I am, maybe I'm just lucky, I don't know. But if we got some fertilizer in, if we got some fertilizer in the spreader when the contract is done, I'm gonna drive down to that farm I don't own yet, but the first farm I want to buy, and then we can unload it down there. I think we are allowed to do that. Almost done, 98% guys. And we are done. That was really good. Nice. Let's go over in this one here, and then we're gonna drive down to the sell point so we can unload down there, and then we're gonna deliver all this equipment back. I think they will come and get it up here at the field, so no problem at all. We got 27,656 liters. It says. There we go. And then I cannot remember the total amount of the money from those two contracts here, but that is okay. I will see you down at the sell point. Let's see what we're gonna get here. It will be... let me see. I don't always agree with those trailers here, but let's see. What? 96... 97... I don't think we're gonna get that much, but a little bit is also good, right? Then we need to what? Don't tell me that we are empty. No, we are up there. We just need to... There we go. There we go. And we are completed, and we're gonna sell a little bit here. That was pretty good. 10,000. Okay. I'm just gonna cross the grass here because that is the way it is. Nice. Okay, so we got the first 10,000. I'm a fan of that. So let's drive over to... That was not a fertilizing contract, Mike. Come on. This is a hoeing contract, so we don't even need to buy any fertilizer. That is pretty awesome. Let's jump out and walk a little bit away from that truck. Collect the contracts. We can do that now, right? Don't do anything. Yeah, 22. Okay, that is pretty good. And 26. Okay, nice. And then we have the hoeing contract. That is field 30. Just down here next to the shop. That is amazing. We're up to 59,000. So no problem to reach 100,000 today. That's for sure. There we go. We're gonna take this. Steyr. I'm not used to drive those Steyr tractors here. Okay, nice. Let me see. We're gonna attach the weight and the hoe as well, and then I'm just gonna check other contracts while we are here, but I'm just gonna take this away if we now need to have some equipment, and I need to align this a little better like that. And we're just gonna stop right there, zoom out a little bit like this. And let's just check if there are any new contracts. We have some baling again. I don't think I'm gonna do that, but look at this, and we're gonna get this one here. Leasing costs 200, and it is 200 all over the place. So we can take those 3 contracts here. And then we got a big contract there as well. One more hoeing contract. We can take that because we got a hoe. And then we have some plowing, but I don't want to do plowing with this here. We're gonna take all the fertilizing and the spraying contracts. That's for sure. So fertilizing, we're gonna borrow this. Okay. Is that a solid fertilizer? I just need to check that. Yeah, it is a thing. So we need to lease a sprayer as well. Yeah, that's solid. Okay. That is okay. We just need... Yeah, okay, so then I could... That's the way it is. We're gonna accept that, and we're gonna accept that. And then we can... I cannot remember if we can use a hoe for weeding, or is it the opposite way? I cannot remember that. We're gonna borrow a sprayer, and we're gonna accept that. I think that's the way it is. We got 2 big machinery down there, and then we got this for a hoeing contract. That is pretty darn amazing. Let's see where to go from here. We have to go to the right. You know what, guys? We're gonna go to the right. That is nice. We got the PGA just down there to the left. Okay. Let me see. We are up to 59,000. Nice, 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 nice. This is the contract we want to do, and yes, I will use workers once in a while. But this one here, it is a pretty fast job. Sorry. So I think is it 25 kilometers per hour? I think. We don't need to turn this on. We can just drive. I just want to check if the contract is counting as it should. It does. That is amazing. I'm gonna set up a GPS, some steering assist here. We're gonna do, I want to do 2 headlamps because then it is a little bit easier for me to do this. There we go. Is it 25? It is. No problem at all. That is pretty darn good. I really like the steering assist here. So just so the episode here not gets too long, then I'm gonna do this contract and I'm gonna do the spraying contracts, and then I will see you when we are almost done with the last fertilizing contract, so we can drive down and see the farm and unload the fertilizer down there. That is amazing. 7% already. That's nice, guys. I will see you in a little second for you guys. Well, the hoeing contracts are done. I just want to show you that we're gonna collect them. There we go. And then I will try something new, because if you see here, spraying contract, we have to spray herbicide. It says here that we're gonna use 1,455 liters. And right here, we're gonna use 686 liters. So that is just over 2,000 liters. So I need to buy, I think it must be 3,000 liters. And right here, we're gonna use 8,000 liters. Okay. Let's buy that together, shall we? Fertilizer. Right here, we're gonna use, what did I say? Oh boy, it was expensive. Was it 8,000 liters? Yes, we're gonna buy that. And then I have a feeling that it is way too expensive, too much. And then we're gonna buy herbicide. We need to buy 2 of those. So that was 20,000 that used on that. And yeah, that's the way it is, right? Let's see here. This one is the sprayer, so we're gonna put a little bit of herbicide in this. Like this, yeah. We are still to 51,000. I think that is okay, actually. There we go. And when that is filled up, then we can stop the engine and get over to the other one. Oh, we could stop the engine anyway. That was pretty neat. That was the wrong button. This spreader here, I like. I do like this fence here, but I am also a fence boy, for sure. So let's see if we can fill this up as well. I don't know how much we can have in this. Actually, I don't think we can have it all. Yeah, maybe we can. Is it an 8,000 liters tank? No, I don't think 6-7 liters thousand. Yeah, 7,000 liters. I think we can have 7,000 liters. So now I'm just gonna attack all those fields, and I think I'm gonna spray first of all, and then I will see you when we are on the last field that we're gonna fertilize. Oh, look at that. We can have a lot. 7,200 liters. Okay. Yeah, that is pretty darn good. I will see you in a little second. This is the contract from Hill. I must admit that, and yes, I have a work on this. And boy, oh boy, I got one more to do. It is not near as big as this field here, but we are 30% done. Look at this. This is just crazy. Crazy stuff. So all the other contracts that are done are by mistake. I collected number 9, so it is not here, but this is done. And this on 15,000 is done. And then we got this on 8.7. And we got this on 4.2. And then we got those 2 plowing contracts. It is just around 45,000 together. The big field here we are on now, it is field number 5 right here. And then we got a smaller field here. So I'm looking forward to all those are done. We are up to 104,000. Yeah, that is what we are. I'm considered to have... It could be awesome to have myself some kind of a tractor and maybe a fertilizer spreader and a plow, you know? And can I have that for that amount of money? I don't think so. I don't think so. We got those, you know. They are always nice, and I like the Challenger, actually. So that is 59,000. Do we have one? There is cheaper. We also got this one here. I do actually never used this before. And we can have it with... We can have it with 3-point. It looks a little bit stupid, but... And it can have up to 285. We got 248 as standard, but just the standard here. Okay, 135,000. Okay. And then we think we got this plow here. Yeah. Okay, so that is 150. And the fertilizer spreader, just a cheap one. That is too cheap. We could have this or this. I could go with this in the realistic capacity on 10,000. So that is 170,000. Oh boy. I don't know what to do right there. Is there some contracts I can do off cam until I see you again? We could do a cultivating contract. Yeah, that could be a possibility. We got also the fertilizing contract. Then I could use the tractor I got. No, because I do not got a fertilizer spreader, but I could buy myself a fertilizer spreader. And use the tractor for that job, I think. Oh man. There is also a harvesting contract, some hoeing contract, stone picking. Yeah. I really want to do this with my own equipment, you know? Let's see, cultivators. I think I got a very cheap cultivator. Yeah, I got this, but that is also tiny. I got this one, but I don't know if I can use this tractor for the job. You know what? We're gonna see that. I will let this guy be done with this plowing job and also the next plowing. I just got a thought we could buy that lizard plow and try it with this and see if we can use our own gear with this tractor here. Would that be a cheat? I don't know. But it works. It works. So that is what we're gonna do, I think. Yeah, and when this plowing job and the next plowing job is done, we can buy ourselves the Challenger tractor. But I really want that class 1. I cannot remember if I was allowed to lease. I think I was. Okay, that changed everything. I just checked the rules on Rusty Money Gaming's video and I am allowed to lease. So that changed everything for me right now. I'm gonna let this plowing job be done and then also the next field, and then I will let you see what we're gonna do. Well, as you probably have seen on the thumbnail, this is my setup. I do own the cultivator, I do own the plow, but I have leased myself this. I think it calls a Caterpillar. It is a class tractor originally, but I do have my series with class farms, so I thought I will change that to a other brand. There we go. In here we can collect the contracts, the 2 plowing contracts, because they are done. And 28,000. There we go. If I'm gonna make just around 4,000 a day, it can pay for this tractor here, and I think that is pretty good. Right now we got 114,000, and just so you know, this will give me 25,500. So that is also next time we're gonna have at least 140,000. Maybe I'm gonna do some contracts off cam, and then we can collect them together in the next episode, of course. This tractor here, I have not used that before, and it is actually quite good. Now don't tell me that this contract here is broken, because it do not count in the top right corner. Oh, there we go, 1% done. Amazing. That is really good. So from now on, it is just a matter of do some plowing contracts, some cultivating contracts, and we're gonna buy ourselves a fertilizer spreader, and then we're gonna work up to the first farm. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm also looking forward to see how many contracts I can do between this episode and the next. Now I also have all my other Let's Plays. I hope I can. I hope I got time for everything. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this first episode from Zero to Hero challenge here on Maizy Lou Farms. The challenge is created by Rusty Money Gaming. All links for everybody who's played this challenge is down in the description. If you not are down in the description and you play this challenge here, please let me know and I will add that to my description. Of course I will do that. Be safe out there in the big world. Until I see you again. Bye bye.